Okay, well, we're joined now by Chuck Cosman. Chuck, you're here on behalf of Tricor. You're a director with Tricor. So much talk in Limerick over the last 6 to 12 months about Tricor coming and becoming involved in treaty. It's your first time at a treaty game tonight. Obviously super excited, but delighted to get the win.
Yeah, I'm delighted. It's an unbelievable experience through and through. So been here for a few days and had the chance to see the city, tour markets, meet so many different people connected with the club. And, you know, it's hard to imagine until you get out here, what it looks like and what the feel is, but also just how many stakeholders are and how many people within the community really play a role end to end in treaty, whether it's this facility, whether it's the academy team, whether it's the men's, the women's, the full staff all the way through. So it's been a remarkable experience so far, and to come out away with a 2-0 victory tonight. Maybe they'll invite me back.
You'll be taking good memories home, but Tommy Barrett alluded to the fact that now that you've come and seen the team win, you might have to come back every week. But I imagine every Friday back in Canada, you're watching on LOI TV. It's an amazing experience from a distance, but when you get to see it up close and personal, was it much of a difference tonight?
Oh, I mean, the LOI TV is fantastic because it gives us the chance to look into the matches, but quite different. You can't feel it. You can't feel the energy from that end of the field with that camera. So, I mean, look, it was great to see the kids out tonight. The scramble to catch up with some of the Blue Army lads and hear their chants from a distance a little bit, but. A great atmosphere, and I know we were competing against the big rugby game in town tonight, and there's elections today and all that stuff. So to see that still not a bad turnout at all, and hear the stories of earlier in the season when there was 2,000, 3,000 fans at the matches, and know that truly is possible for this club, and probably even greater than that is possible with time. So. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about since where it began to where we are today. When it began, everybody expected a massive influx of money and the Canadians were going to throw serious money at it. But I think you've learned quite a lot about running a football club very quickly, and you're back now to building that solid foundation.
Yeah, I mean, we never said we were going to throw massive money at it right at the beginning. What we wanted to do was really learn about what we had invested in and the club we had taken over. And the club we'd taken over, as everyone knows, was run by a network of volunteers for the last 5 years. And the result of that is we couldn't come in and make huge changes quickly, actually, because what we learned, we had to take a step back, whether it was processes, procedures, game day operations, player registrations, having centralized email and communication, whether it was connecting with vendors that hadn't, had some loose ends or needed new arrangements, whatever the case may be. There's been so much just to build the foundations and learning for Kira and for Mari and for everyone else that's associated with the club, that's new with the club, which is so many of us. So for the last 6-7 months, it's been trying to do the business of putting on games well and learn how to do that. And now we feel like we're getting our feet under us a little bit more, and we can start thinking forward and looking forward, and how can we start elevating the experience and the club and our relationship with the community as well. So,
and you've got the corporate governance side in check now. You've also got some full-time employees at the football club. They're all part of the solid foundation before you look at the bigger picture. And I know we spoke a little bit earlier, infrastructure is massive, facilities is massive. Before putting anything into a team, Treaty badly needs a home, and it badly needs that infrastructure to help you develop the academies and develop the players.
Yeah, I mean, well said. I should have said that myself in my own spiel, but there has definitely been investment. It just hasn't necessarily been today in the investment that fans immediately see, whether it's top tier players or club stadium expansion or whatever the case may be. But having full-time staff, having part-time paid staff, having a full roster of coaches has just been. We have a team now. that's working together on a daily basis. We're having strategy sessions. In fact, I was sitting with a consultant that came in for 2 hours with our leadership team this week to talk about activations and ideas for how we can generate revenue and generate community engagement and start growing the club in that direction. So it's just the ideas are flowing and the actions are flowing, and we're going to keep marching forward with professionalizing the club.
And people will obviously say, what does that mean? And they'll say, how does that translate into success on the pitch? But I think in the short term, what you are telling us is that you don't want to let cats out of the bag yet, but there's plans very imminent, and hopefully soon you'll be able to tell everybody what the long-term plan is.
Yeah. Even another thing that, I think might be taken for granted is financial management at a club, and just understanding how we're doing and how we're spending. And even we engaged EY locally, the accounting firm that's been so helpful with our bookkeeping, but just getting up to curve on processes with them. Now we have a much more comfort and clarity around our numbers and our decision making, which is so important for running a good business. So looking forward, like, to be successful, you have to, food, water, shelter. That's what we need as humans. And there's something in that. I don't know that a club necessarily needs food, but it certainly needs shelter and needs home. And right now, home is a big thing. Whether it's Markets Field home, a place we can call home that looks like us and smells like us, that tells the history of soccer, that has like great community vibes every time you come in, or whether it's training facilities that we can call home and build around, and build academy and build a conveyor belt of wonderful players from the Midwest, because we know there's so many junior clubs. There's a ton of junior players, and we want to give them a path and an aspiration to be part of a professional club in their hometown and become stars in their hometown. So.
And when you mentioned the stakeholder engagement this week, I mean, it's been political, it's been city and county councils, it's been local football clubs. Yeah. It's a massive part of your work here this week to find out the landscape that you need to thrive under.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this week we've had meetings with all sorts, whether it's our stadium partners in the LADP, the owners of the stadium, and whether it's officials from the Limerick City Council, from the Education and Training Board, we've met with junior clubs and understood their needs in the community. And everybody, what's been amazing is that everybody really wants to help and really wants to. There's such a positive vibe around the club right now. So, turning that desire into action is the next phase of the plan. But I know that the community's behind us. So.
Yeah, and you'll need that support. So when Chuck Cosman goes back to Canada on Sunday evening and sits down with the Tricor board early next week, what do you tell him the Ireland experience has been?
Yeah, I mean, inviting, friendly, warm, educational, and there's so much that we can accomplish. And we're hoping in the not so distant future to share some exciting progress and exciting things that we know are going to be felt by the fans and felt by the community. So. I'm not going to give you too much there, but what I can say is behind the scenes, a ton of work and dedication is happening, and I know it's going to create positive results over the long run.
And finally, the vibes are very positive, that you're not here for the short term. You're looking to the long-term viability of the football club, and you're looking for that long-term partnership in the Midwest with Treaty United and becoming a sustainable League of Ireland football club.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what the League of Ireland needs, right? It needs, indefinite hold investors, and that's what we are. That's our track record of business owners, of partners. And when Kira asked us to partner with her in this club, the vision was that this was something we wanted to do because it would be inspiring to our team, our office, our family, our community back home, but also have just an impact that we can be proud of over the very long term, and look and say, hey, we were a part of that amazing thing, and be able to come out here and win 2-0 every time we all come out for a visit. So.